Somewhere between the wilderness prophet clothed in camel's hair and the gleam of Solomon's golden temple robes lies a question quietly whispered through Christian circles, half rhetorical, half rebellious. Is it okay for Christians to care about style? Let's dive in and explore the question. Not vanity, not narcissism, not the hollow echo of trend-chasing consumerism, but style. The intentional curation of visual language, the aesthetic theology we wear on our sleeves. Style is not merely cloth on bone. It's the shape of selfhood, the silhouette of belief, the quiet sermon our bodies preach before we speak. And in a world that sees first and listens second, a Christian style is never just fashion. It's a frontline, a battlefield of meaning. To ask if Christians can care about style is to ask if we are permitted to care about beauty, about metaphor, about incarnation. The God who spun galaxies in spirals, who painted peacocks and layered petals in lilies, did not despise adornment, he authored it. The tabernacle was embroidered in purple and scarlet. The priests wore breastplates encrusted with 12 gemstones, each one a radiant echo of the tribes they represented. Christ himself wore a seamless robe, so exquisite, the soldiers cast lots for it at the foot of the cross. And yet, there is that ancient fear, that threadbare suspicion that beauty is a betrayal, that if one cares too much for cut or color, one has drifted into the dangerous waters of pride, that stylishness is suspect, that minimalism equals moralism. But does it? Or have we mistaken humility for invisibility? The ascetic impulse is understandable, even noble. John the Baptist wasn't mistaken in his unvarnished life, but neither was Mary, who broke an alabaster jar of perfume, a year's wages, just to anoint Christ's feet. It was scandalous. It was excessive. And Jesus called it beautiful. Style is expression. It is communication without words. And communication is never neutral. Whether we clothe ourselves in chaos or intentionality, we are saying something. The hoodie is a signal. The tailored jacket, a thesis. The way we dress either affirms our faith or calls it into question. The church has long understood this intuitively. Vestments weren't random. Icons weren't dull. Stained glass didn't exist because the Middle Ages lacked blinds. There was an understanding. Beauty tells the truth slant, as Dickinson wrote. Aesthetic arrests the soul. And in a world that is numbed by noise, style speaks. For the modern believer, to care about style is to wield a language the culture understands. It is to subvert superficiality by draping meaning in design. Christian streetwear isn't just hype. It's hymnal. It's theology on thread. The resurrected soul wrapped in pigment-dyed cotton, stitched with the paradox of sacred rebellion. But the heart is the hinge. Style becomes sin only when it becomes self-worship. When it seeks applause rather than witness. When it drifts from statement into status. That is the danger. That is the ditch. Yet to fear style entirely is to let the enemy own beauty, to abandon the battlefield of aesthetics and surrender it to secularism. Why should the world get all the cool? When did excellence become suspect in the church? There is a holiness in good design, a sacredness in silhouette, a righteousness in robes that reflect resurrection, in garments that embody grace. Christian style is not about shouting, it's about showing. Subtle, strategic, sermonic. Style is also stewardship. The body is a temple, not a trash heap. There is dignity in dressing well, not decadence. Clean lines, careful curation, thoughtful textures. These are not signs of sin, but signals of self-respect. To bear the image of God is to treat oneself with intention. And perhaps it is also a kind of witness. In an age of irony and indifference, when everyone is either trying too hard or pretending not to try at all, authentic Christian style cuts through like a sword of light. It says, without speaking, I believe. I am unashamed. I dress with devotion, not desperation. Some will still call it vain. That's inevitable. But then again, they said the same about the woman who wept on Jesus' feet, and he said she understood something others didn't. So, is it okay for Christians to care about style? More than okay. It may just be essential, because style isn't just about being seen, it's about showing what you stand for. In a world defined by surface, Christians are called to depth. But that depth doesn't demand ugliness. In fact, it never has. So let the robe be seamless. Let the fit be fierce. Let the hoodie preach louder than the billboard. Let faith have form. Let your fashion speak fire. And may the world look once and want to know the Word made flesh.
Smash that like button, drop a comment, and hit subscribe. Then check out Faith Mode, where premium streetwear meets gospel grit. faithmode.com